Dave DeMichael's on guitar.
Hey everybody, my name is Bobby. Welcome to Mile High Church. Thank you so much for spending part of your weekend with us, especially if you're new. Our vision, Oneness Revealed, a world of love, peace, and abundance for all. Our mission, to serve as a spiritual beacon for personal empowerment and global enlightenment. Before we get started today, we want to give you a look at a few things coming up around Mile High Church for you and your family. We have the Spiritual Journey of Dementia workshop with Kay Adams next Sunday. Gain valuable insights on practical and emotional aspects of living with dementia or caring for someone who has it. Why find awe? Because it calms down the nervous system and releases feel-good neurotransmitters promoting bonding, trust, and love.
And love.
Buy your tickets for Dacher Keltner today and learn how the science of everyday wonder can transform your life.
Take 59. Hey everybody, here are my top 3 reasons why I love Fall Fest. Number 3, candy. What was the second one? Number 2, the costumes. I love dressing up, and I love seeing people that are not me dress up. And the number 1 reason why I love the Fall Fest is your mom. Seriously though, it's a family event when your mom. Candy, 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 candy. It's all about the candy.
For more information about anything you've heard today, stop by the Event Center or check us out online at milehighchurch.org.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming to Mile High Church. So we have a song we love to sing together, and I hope you'll sing with me. You ready? Okay. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together, in the name of love, we come together, we come together, we come together, in the name of love, that's right. Take a look at the person next to you, say namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, from every walk of life. Next to you, say God loves you and I love you too. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love.
Thank you, Tom Litch, Mile High Band. David, great to have you with us this morning. Welcome to everyone here in our Teal Sanctuary this morning. Welcome to everyone who's tuning in online. This is Mile High Church, where we believe that the sacred is woven into the fabric of our everyday lives. What an opportunity we have right here, right now, to consider just this weekend how the sacred spoke to us, or grabbed us by the heart, or called us to pay attention to it. And perhaps if you can't think of it, we can remember those words of Walt Whitman, who said that the truth is hidden in all things. Sometimes we have to dig a little bit for it, but it's always there. And I think that's what we do as spiritual beings here at Mile High Church. We are committed to living whole lives and to cultivating a sense of the sacred in all that we do. And in the meantime, we take care of our own lives, but it's a blessing to other people as well. So thank you for your commitment to your spirituality. We have a vision and a mission we love to recite each week coming up on the screens. If you want to say it along with me, it goes like this. Our vision, oneness revealed. A world of love, peace, and abundance for all. And our mission, to serve as a spiritual beacon for personal empowerment and global enlightenment. All of October is our Adventures in Faith, and so I'm so grateful to our Adventures in Faith committee and all of the unique things that we'll be finding and experiencing in today's service and for the services for the rest of this month. But we'll begin with something familiar. Some song, some silence, and a beautiful prayer from our own Reverend Jackie.
Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angel wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence God is in this place. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush angel wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place.
In the quiet, we know we can be open to receiving all of the gifts of God. So we open right now and allow all that needs to come into our beingness, into our soul, to enter there as we open ourselves to this service that will bring profound profound feelings about our faith, and where is that faith residing within us? Are we taking that faith out from this space that we learned such beautiful ways to exhibit that grace and love and kindness of God? Do we take it out into this world that needs it so much right now? For all the things we go through in our life, whether they be sad things, happy things, joyful, less joyful, we know that right in the center of our being is the divine, providing everything we absolutely need to be able to move and have our being in this world, no matter what the appearances may be going on around us. Because God is all there is. And as we trust and know that this is such a relevant faith that we have, that God prevails always, in all ways. I am so deeply thankful for this community that comes together every Sunday to experience and be part of this divine teaching. Thank you, God. And so it is.
Walking on an old road and singing a new song, bouncing back and forth in time, and I'm trying just to hum along. But these mystical connections keep happening to me. I finally got the gates unlocked and I'm running free. Yes, we are one ocean. The waves roll on and never stop. We are one ocean, and the ocean is in every drop. We're one ocean. The waves roll on and never stop. We are one ocean. Ocean is in every drop, in every drop.
Mahatma Gandhi said, "Faith is not something to grasp. It is a state to grow into." Our Adventures in Faith nautical symbol for this week is the anchor, and it symbolizes how faith grows in stability, strength, and security as we become rooted in divine ideas. It signifies being grounded and steadfast, often representing the hope that keeps one anchored during life's storms. Our spiritual practices can help us develop an inner keel of calm and stability so that we are not buffeted about by strong emotional and circumstantial winds. And listening and being in stillness helps us develop an inner keel of calm and stability. We can sense the call of spirit and develop greater feelings of being anchored in our spiritual beliefs. An invitation from the Adventures in Faith this week is to perhaps spend a little more time in the pause and to listen what the still small voice within you has to say. We are going to pause in the stillness for a moment of silence right now as we breathe together, listening, connecting with the divine spark within you. You are guided. You are held in spirit. You are supported. You are loved. And so it is.
When the road gets dark and you can no longer see, just let my love throw a spark and have a little faith in me. And when the tears you oh, you can't believe. Just give these loving arms a try. Yes, have a little faith in me. Just have a little faith in me. Have a little faith in me. Have a little faith in me. Just have a little faith in me. And when your secret heart cannot speak so John, from a whisper stop and have a little faith in me. And when your back's against the wall, just turn around and you will see I'll be there to catch your fall. Have a little faith in me. Just have a little faith in me. Have a little faith in me. Have a little faith in me. Oh, have a little faith in me. I've been loving you for such a long, long time, expecting nothing in return, just for you to have a little faith in me. Because time is our friend, and for us there is no end. All you got to do is have a little faith in me. Have a little faith in me. Have a little faith in me. Have a little faith in me.
Thank you, Tom Litch, our incredible music director. Thanks again, David, Bijou, Mike, Rob, our band leader. So grateful for all of you. Thank you, Dick Koken from our Adventures in Faith committee as well. Let's hear it for Dick. Dick just survived cancer, and he's up here on stage sharing, just right there. So we love you, Dick. If you're a part of our Make a Difference ministry, will you let us acknowledge you momentarily? Just raise your hand. This is an incredible group of people that help Mile High Church raise hundreds of thousands of dollars in money and in items to help the greater community. And they're heading into their busy season. So how many saw the pumpkin patch out there? It's an incredible program. It raises tens of thousands of dollars for Habitat for Humanity, as well as for the Native American reservation that sells us the pumpkins. So thanks to Tom and Linda Brune. So go buy a pumpkin. Or the word is after service, a big pumpkin truck is coming. So if you want the workout of your life, go out there. You'll feel good in a couple days that you did that. But we have our Harvest of Love food drive coming up, our Giving Tree, which is our gift giving program. And we're grateful to the whole team. I just want to acknowledge the leader, the vision holder for that, Reverend Jackie Harris. Thank you so much, Jackie, for all that you do. So we're continuing our adventure in faith today. Our theme this year is finding oneness in an ocean of uncertainty. And today's message is faith revealed. And on our Adventures in Faith landing page, there is materials that you can engage in to go deeper with us. And there's a worksheet this week called Faith Builders. And they're all about ways that we can reveal a greater experience of faith in our lives. For example, seeing the unseen. Can you think of a pleasant experience you had this week? Something that was meaningful for you? And consider what was unseen about it. It could be a sense of fondness or connection that you had, an insight or a memory, or just a feeling of being yourself. Recognizing that we exist in the visible, but that we exist in the invisible also is a key to revealing relevant faith in our lives. Second, speaking your voice, what John Hyatt called in the song that Tom just sang, your secret heart. Was there a time this week that you spoke up something that you may have been concerned would cause some trouble or some upset, but was your courageous voice and instead got you what it was that you were looking for, led to some sort of transformation? Speaking our voice reveals relevant faith. Then there's the practice of listening to your life. Was there an experience this week where you stopped telling your life what it is or what you think it ought to be and just listened? Just listened to what it had to tell you about what it is and who you are. And then lastly, connecting with the God of and beyond your understanding. Because you know there's that God too, right? I want to know all about what the divine is to you, what you call it, how you experience it, how you worship it and connect with it. But just as much, I want to know about that divinity that is calling you into a greater level of your own becoming so that you can embrace a new level of being with God in your life. What is the God that is being called for to live the life of your becoming? All of these faith builders for me reveal what's at the heart of my message today. Faith can be concealed, but it can also be revealed. Faith can be concealed, but it can also be revealed. And what I mean to point out by that is that you may have a lot more faith than you give yourself credit for. Karen Miller, a Buddhist teacher, shares, "Where do you find faith? You won't believe me, but you already have it. You have it when you surrender to a night's slumber and open your eyes to another day. You have it every time you exhale and in that half second before you automatically inhale again. You have it when you put on your shoes or when you don't and walk across the planet without falling off the face of it. Mine is not the faith of wishful thinking. It's faith with arms and legs, days and nights. eyes and ears. Faith in our tradition isn't just a statement about belief, it's a principle. It's a principle that works in whatever we put into it, and you can't not use it. What happens is too many of us get caught up in what Ernest Holmes termed the opposite use of faith, which is fear. Too many of us invest the principle of faith into our fears. I believe that there's a power out there, but I believe that it's bizarre and it's out to get me. I believe that I can't really trust myself, my mind, my impulses, my mistakes tell me I'm not to be trusted. Life is inherently not so good. It's scary and troubling. The opposite of this thinking, of course, is the understanding that there is a higher power in my life that knows who I am, that knows who I am to be better than I do, and it's always there as divine guidance, as a divine good. That it may take some work, but I can learn to trust in myself again. I can trust my mind and my body to work for me and not against me. And I believe in this world that sometimes looks like a tangled up necklace of pearls, that there is an inherent good, that the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. The challenges in my life may seem many, but they lead towards blessings and victory. The first one of these I shared sounds a lot like paranoia. Paranoia, as I'll talk about, takes a lot of faith. The other we might call pronoia. Paranoia teaches us that everything in the world is out to get us. Pronoia believes that everything in the world is in our favor, working towards our good. Yet it's the same faith that goes into either one of those that sets the creative medium into motion in our lives. One of the greatest ways, as we know, faith can be revealed is when we're in the midst of challenges. When we're in the midst of challenges. The stories we tell ourselves, the who we are that we embody when faced with difficulty reveals our faith in incredible ways. It's baseball season. World Series is coming up. Any picks for the winner? Linda says Dodgers, which I think makes it the holy truth. It's hard to talk sports in our spiritual community because although we're an inclusive bunch when it comes to other faiths, when it comes to sports, we're like the worst fundamentalists in the world. See, someone's going to tell me to go to hell for being a Dodger fan, aren't they, Ron? Jeez, it comes. I do root for the Broncos. Okay, don't hold it against me. I think the greatest World Series of all time was probably the 2011 World Series. It's the Texas Rangers versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Texas Rangers had a great team that year, and they got the closest I've ever seen a team come to winning the World Series and not winning it. Game 6, 9th inning, 2 outs. The Cardinals down to their last strike, tie the game. In the 11th inning, David Freese gets up and hits a home run, which gives the Cardinals the momentum to win Game 7 and the 2011 World Series. A friend of mine who was a good Cardinals fan was on Facebook. This proves that with hard work and effort, anything can be possible, and even the underdogs can become champions. Absolutely true statement. However, I couldn't help but think about those poor stinking Rangers. What do they tell themselves? Better luck next time. It's the World Series. They had worked just as hard. They had put in just as much effort, but the game didn't go their way. And what happens with a relevant faith when the game doesn't go our way? We have to learn to tell ourselves the story we need to hear that helps us lead to our greater becoming. Because although something may not work out the way we want it to, it's our becoming and who we are that is the most important and vital thing. The heart of the champion says, I needed this loss. I needed this loss as an important part of the story of my own success. Do you have the courage to look at your life right now? To see that thing that didn't work out down to its last strike, that thing that didn't turn out the way you wanted it to, and to say, I choose to make this story of failure a part of my story of success. This sometimes reveals all the faith that we need. I had an awful experience August 18th. It's Sunday morning, and I'm getting ready to go to church. Thank God Michelle is speaking because my car is not where I parked it the night before. Oh, my car has been stolen. And here's one of the things about faith that I want us to grasp today is that, it's not so much a statement about our belief, it's a statement about our relationship with God, our rapport with the divinity. And I've got some work to do on myself because I immediately went to, why, God? Why? And it kind of disrespects God because, if your good friend or someone you loved had your car stolen to teach you a greater lesson, would you feel that they were a person of integrity? No. So why would we think of the divine in that way? My car was stolen. That's just what happened. And I had recently lost my dad, so in one way it was good because it totally put it in perspective. It's just a stupid car. But on the other hand, it really challenged my relationship with Source. It really brought up these feelings for me of having things that I love taken away from me. It really brought up this feeling of a lack of stability, that I might just fall off the earth while walking on it. And I remember it was a couple nights later, it was a Monday night, and I couldn't sleep. My faith had gone that much into fear that I was worried something else might be taken from me. I got paranoid about someone breaking into the house. So I go and check all the locks for the third time, sit in my daughter's room for a little bit, and I'm convinced I'm just going to stay on watch for as long as it takes. And this exposes the futility of paranoia and what for me was really becoming a sad arrogance. The sad arrogance being that I thought that I somehow had control over my life, that I somehow had control over just what was going to happen and just what it was going to be like, when the opportunity for me really in that moment was to surrender to a greater degree that I am not in control. And yet I am in relationship with something that I believe in, that is invisible in its nature and yet profound in all of its expressions. This relationship with the sacred, this relationship with the divinity. And it was only when I can surrender and let go of my demergedness of thinking that I am the God of my life, to allowing a power for good greater than I am in, that could begin that healing process and could see the stolen car for just what it was, get a new one, get over it, move on. Faith can be concealed, but it can also be revealed in the most magnificent ways. Martin Luther King Jr., the first protest that he was a part of was in Montgomery, Alabama, when Rosa Parks refused to go to the back of the bus, the Montgomery bus boycott. He had gone there as a new minister to help, and unbeknownst to him, they elected him the leader of the protest, had never done anything like that before. And he got a lot of scrutiny, a lot of attention. And he's at home with his family, and a call comes in the middle of the night. It's not a nice call. It's an evil person expressing hatred, racist rhetoric, death threats to King and his family. And there's no going to bed after getting a call like that for King. So he besets upon the kitchen and puts on the coffee and sits down at his kitchen table and puts his face in his hands, terrified, traumatized, so very afraid. So much so that the only thing he can do in that moment is pray. He shares, I am here taking a stand for what I believe is right. but now I am afraid. The people are looking to me for leadership, and if I stand before them without strength and courage, they too will falter. I am at the end of my powers. I have nothing left. I've come to the point where I can't face it alone. And just then, King shares that he had the most mystical experience of his life. A realization, an epiphany of immense oneness with God. An experience of God that informed his heart that all was well no matter what, that all was leading towards good, and that no matter what happened, this presence would be with him no matter what. King shares the outer situation remained the same, but God had given me inner calm. 3 nights later, our home was bombed. Strangely enough, I accepted the word of the bombing calmly. My experience with God had given me a new strength and trust. I knew now that God is able to give us the interior resources to face the storms and problems of life. Faith can be concealed. We can hide it from ourselves in so many different ways. But just like that, sometimes even entering through our own anxieties and fears, it can be revealed in a way that reminds us that if we have a soul, that we are one with something greater than we are. And if we work with it, it can work in our lives in incredible ways. Again, my message today is that you have more faith than you think. That faith is working and operating in your life all the time, and you have a say about what you put it into. Yet King's experience, and I'll put it this way, is if you don't have faith in yourself, if you don't have faith in God, God has faith in you. That the faith of God is something real, knows your highest, knows your deepest truth, and believes wholeheartedly in your ability to embody and to make it manifest in your day-to-day life, your relationships, your work, and in the way you show up as a blessing to others in your world. Faith can be revealed through great challenges. A more enjoyable way I love to see faith revealed is in moments of awe. Beautiful moments of awe. When was the last moment of awe that you had? Anybody? Seeing the sunrise this morning, looking at some mountain peaks, beholding a beloved member of community and church, just a moment of solitude that gave you a feeling that you weren't alone and could never truly be alone. These moments of awe happen for us. And for me, they're opportunities to say, I remember. I live not in my universe, but God's universe. Thank God. I remember. There's more to life than just what I'm painting the picture of it to be. There's something real and vibrant and alive and magical in this life. I remember. And when we can fill our life with these awe ramps, these things that give us a sense of awe, it helps us reveal the faith that was already there. So much so that Joseph Campbell once said that awe moves us forward. It's awe that helps us move forward in our spiritual lives. And as you know, because we've been selling him nonstop, we have a guy named Dacker Keltner coming to Mile High on November 1st. And he's here to talk to us about awe. And the reason I want Dacker here is it's so wonderful when science catches up to our spirituality. And we have these amazing people who focus on the data and the science, and they come up with these simple and profound truths. Keltner coming up with this one about awe, that it's a key to mental health, that it's a key to physical health, that it's a key to improving our relationships, that it's a key to overcoming grief and despair, that it's a key to embracing perspective. All these things that lead to a great life can be inspired by simply putting ourselves in a position to experience awe. Keltner shares, what is an experience of awe that you've had when you encountered a vast mystery that transcends your understanding of the world? We have studied how we feel awe near great trees and in looking out at panoramic views, at sporting events, punk rock shows, and in the flowing effervescence of dance. in mystical experiences, in prayer, meditation, yoga, and during psychedelic trips. You can tell me about those after service. In peak experiences with music, visual art, poetry, fiction, and drama. What a wonderful way to center your life, your day-to-day life, on awe experiences than just on the to-do list. Because when we give ourselves those experiences of awe, they reveal the faith that's already there. But again, our heads may have concealed it, but our hearts seek to reveal that faith in all that we do. Keltner has many interviews in the book. One of my favorites happens with a professional midwife and author named Nancy Bedarkey. And I love this sharing she has about finding awe in her work of bringing children into this world through their mothers. The birth, you see the head crown, and then the eyes and face slowly appear. Wow, each time I don't believe that the baby will come out. And each time it does, it is a miracle. It is a privilege to witness life become. My work is like a child. It didn't belong to me, it came through me. Birth and death are metaphors for everything. Breathe in, I am here. Breathe out, I expire. Wonder. What does it mean to live your life with a greater sense of wonder? Because when you commit to that, the faith needed to live your best life reveals itself. It's already there. One final way this morning to talk about faith revealing itself, going back to the symbol of our week, of the anchor, of getting back to our center. So many of our faiths get concealed because we center ourselves in something that isn't the interior core of who we are. And we lose that center. We anchor ourselves in the wrong things. Something as simple as our favorite sports team, going back to sports, right? It's Wednesday, I feel kind of crappy and I'm being kind of a jerk. Could it really be because the Broncos lost? Yes. We get that false investment in something. So I can lose my center in that. Anyone else here ever give their anchor, their center to the 24/7 news cycle? Right? It's election time for me to commit to only 30 minutes of news today so I don't get in the sense that it's death match 5,000 and completely lose myself in the anxiety that these news organizations are trained and paid to create for us, to make us think that elections are sport when really they're about preserving, nurturing, and ensuring the highest and best good for our country. And we have to remember that by sometimes stepping out of the drama to get back to the center within ourselves. Anyone else lose their center in what other people are thinking about them? Do you ever do that one? Oh my God, did I upset so-and-so? I'm going to have a crappy day. I'm worried about what so-and-so thought when I said such and such. And I give my center away every time I do that. Lastly, in uncertainty, that part of me that has the faith of paranoia, that likes to live under the illusion that I have greater control than I do, gets caught up in needing to understand uncertainty. When the truth is when I get back to my own center, I realize I have everything I need to produce what the next uncertain moment needs to bring forth to step into a brighter and greater future. All we have to do, a simple technique, I'm going to invite you to do it with me as we close today, is just to breathe in back to our center. Identify whatever it may be that you've given your center away to. It could be an argument with your spouse, a disappointment in someone you love, an uncertain outcome to a circumstance. Just breathing back into center. We breathe in to center, and as we breathe out, we see that anchor coming more and more closer into who we are. Anchoring into our best qualities. We breathe in to our faith. We breathe in to our authentic vulnerability. We breathe in to our integrity. We breathe in to our optimism. And as we begin to breathe out, we can actually bless those things that we've unintentionally given our center away to. May the Broncos be divinely guided by an incredible intelligence. May my country produce and elect the highest and best possible leaders available to fulfill sacred duties of running, managing, and representing the American people. Can I breathe back in to bless someone who might be angry with me or misunderstands me? And can I bring a certain faith, or even a wobbly faith, into an understanding of uncertainty, realizing, however, that there is wisdom in the mystery, that there is wisdom in not knowing, that being willing to stand in center in an uncertain place brings forth a intimate and incredible trust and connection with the divine that gives us all the insight and opportunity we need to co-create an incredible life together that blesses not only ourselves, but the ones we love today. So being in this center, as we move into a closing prayer today, I invite any of our practitioner prayer partners to stand with me. These incredible folks are available for prayer in front of the stage after service. How good it is to return ourselves back to who we really are, from anyone or anything, or any worry, any grievance we've given our spirit away to. Let's just call it back. Anchor it in the center of who we are, and what we begin to see is those things that have felt missing, that part of us that feels off, it gets turned right back on. What was missing, even though we couldn't articulate what it is, we see it again. It's a sense of unity and harmony and congruence with our lives. It's the remembrance that, yes, this is the best day possible for me to live right here and right now. And as we come back to center and we live from that place of center, it creates that harmony that inspires, that heals, that reveals next steps, that allows us to live at one with our source and allows our source in an even more intimate and deep way to inform us of the wellspring of faith and love that it is attached to. We let it be, we let it become, and so it is. Amen.
When the road gets dark and you can no longer see, just let my love throw a spark and have a little faith in me. When the tears you cry all you can believe, just give these loving arms a try and have a little faith in me. Have a little faith in me. Have a little faith in me. Just have a little faith in me. Have a little faith in me.
Thank you, Tom. As we move into this time of offering today, thanks for all that you do to financially support Mile High Church. For those who give here in the baskets, for those who give however they give online, we are so incredibly grateful. October is now our pledge month at Mile High. So for 2 more Sundays after this, and maybe an email or something like that, you'll be invited to consider filling out a pledge card for Mile High's calendar year in 2025. All I'm asking is that if you already have a sense of what your monthly gift will be in 2025, just write that on the physical card that you received when you walk in today, or there's a place online to do it. It's not a bill or anything like that. It's a form of spiritual commitment. And what it does is it's so important to us to be able to plan for our year how much of our vision we're going to be able to accomplish. So the Divine supplies Mile High with its vision and goals, but our budget gives us the map on how to get there. And so when you fill out a pledge cards, it gives us more clarity about the amount of staff that we can have here at Mile High Church, about how we're going to uplift and renovate our facility here, about the number of supplies we're able to provide our youth church, the incredible musicians we're going to be able to bring in on Sundays. So it's all really important. Really grateful. Last week we got 117 pledge cards online and physically for $385,000 committed to Mile High Church for the next year. That's fantastic. And but let's get 117 more cards. So just thanks you so much for considering doing that. One of my favorite things about this pledge campaign is we're going to hear for just a couple minutes each week from an incredible Mile Higher just to share about the impact that Mile High Church has had on their lives. And I'm so grateful that Nicole Dalby said yes to sharing this morning. So thank you so much, Nicole.
Thank you so much for asking me to share, Josh. It means so much to me. And again, my name is Nicole. I am very fortunate. I grew up in Mile High Church. When I was 4 or 5 years old, my dad bribed me to come to church on Sundays by buying me donuts afterwards. And I am so fortunate that he did, because that was 30 years ago. And since then, I've taken a lot of the classes. I've gone to the meditation retreats. I've done some of the group seminars, and it has been, talk about an anchor for my life. This church is my base and my anchor, and it's helped me through so much, specifically the past 2 years. 2 years ago, I found out my partner of 3 years stole close to $10,000 from me, which started a 6-month legal process of going to court and working through all of that and the emotional healing. And while all of that was happening, I had a lot of physical injuries pop up. I went to the hospital with norovirus. It was a really rocky 6 months. And then last October, a year ago, I lost my dad to pancreatic cancer. So it was a big year, and the past 2 years have been a lot of that emotion. And what Josh was talking about today, my first instinct, I went straight to paranoid and fear and, didn't really want to be here, to be honest with you. But I attended Dr. Patty's grief seminar, and I attended the morning after classes, and I come here and I listen to messages like this every Sunday, and I've built a community of friends and practitioners here that support me and lift me up. And I'm going to get emotional. Who gave me a microphone? But this church has changed my life. So I just want to say thank you so much for being a part of it. It is because of this church that I'm still here, and after everything, I can still look at the world with faith and hope and get out of the victim mentality and live my life. So that's because of this place and the way that it changed lives. So thank you very much for being here and being a part of it. Thank you. You guys are going to make me emotional.
Thank you, Nicole. Nicole lives a brave spiritual life, and she was just talking about those last couple of years, and she's a wonderful writer too, and she has a new book called The Courage to Heal, and that's such an aspect of what our philosophy is about. Sometimes bad things happen to us, they happen to all of us, and we stagnate, but you found that courage within you to grow through those, and now you've written a book to help people find a little bit of their own story in yours, and congratulations, you're just so blessed that you're a part of Mile High Church, Nicole. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I've got information. I had questions after the first service. My first book, The Courage to Be You, is in the bookstore. My second book just came out Wednesday, Healing, a Story of Courage, and I have information about that. So come and talk to me. I'd love to chat with you and hear your story as well.
Thank you so much, Nicole. I'm sensing the theme of courage is involved in this work.
It takes courage to live this life, y'all. I don't know if you feel that, but it takes a lot of courage.
It does. Hey, Nicole, will you lead us in our offering blessing today?
Yes, absolutely. All right. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. And so it is.
Is it getting better? Or do you feel the same? Will it make it easier on you now? You've got someone to blame. You say one love, one life, but it's one need in the night. One love, we get to share it. Leaves you, darling, if you don't care for it. Well, did I disappoint you or leave a bad taste in your mouth? You act like you never had love before, but you want me to go without. Well, it's too late tonight to drag the past down into the night. We're one, but we're not the same. We get to carry each other, carry each other. Have you come here for forgiveness? Have you come to raise the dead? Have you come here to play Jesus to those lepers in your head? Well, did I ask too much, more than a lot? You gave me nothing, now that's all I got. We're one, but we're not the same. We hurt each other, then we do it again. You say love is a temple of the highest law. Love is a temple, the highest law. You ask me to enter, then you make me crawl. I can't keep holding on to what you got when all you got is hurt. One love, one life, one move, you got to do what you should. One life with each other, sisters and brothers. One life, but we're not the same. We get to carry each other, carry each other. We're one. We're one. All of us are one. We're
Thank you, Tom Litch. Thank you for bringing us U2 this morning, and thank you to the band. And if you are new to Mile High Church, we want to know that we welcome you right into the center and the heart of our community. And I'd love to meet you and shake your hand. We'll be out in the Welcome Center after service, and you will come and get a get a gift. Out there, we have volunteers that can give you all sorts of information about Mile High. And also, it's a very exciting day here at Mile High. We have the latte cart, and it is inside the community center today. So I hope you'll go and get a latte after service today.
The resurrection of the latte cart. We are very, very grateful. Thank you, Samira. Hey, we are so blessed to have Kay Adams as a part of our congregation. And next Sunday, she's doing a really valuable workshop.
Yeah, next Sunday in the Vote Center from 11:30 to 1, I'm going to be talking about the spiritual journey of dementia, three key aspects of the journey and how to support those in need. So I just love you to raise your hand if you know anybody in your life who has ever lived with Alzheimer's disease or another kind of dementia. Raise your hand. Look around, guys. There's a reason for that, because right now, 1 of every 9 seniors age 65 and older in our country is living with Alzheimer's. So we need to know how to support each other in our families, in our communities, in our world. So rather than being frightened of this disease, which we all are, come together, let's learn about it, and let's explore the spiritual aspects, because no disease, even dementia, can strip that away from someone. So I hope you join me next Sunday in the Vote Center.
Thank you, Kay. It's incredibly powerful work that you do with so many individuals, and thank you for sharing it with us. Hey, our Healing Light service is tonight at 5 p.m., and our Healing Ministry will be hosting Healing Intention Circles again on October 26th. And also, if you're over 55, we have our Wisdom Keepers. It's kind of a social group. They meet Thursdays at 11, have lunch, have a great time, and so that's going on this Thursday. With that, I invite you to stand and repeat after me as we say a benediction. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind, body, and all that I do. I give thanks for it, and I accept it, just the way that it is, and just the way that it is not. Thank you, life.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.